Hello everyone, thank you for watching on my channel Technologia. Today I'm just going to start top 10 Salesforce interview question and answer for developer platform developer 1. It will help you to crack the interview. I am sure that you will definitely get these questions in the interview. So let's start from the first question. So first question is, what is difference between before insert and after insert trigger? So before insert run before the record is saved to the database, and after insert event run after the record is saved to database. If we look into the before insert, it is used to modify field value before saving, and it cannot access ID of the record because till that time ID will not be created there. And best it is best for validation or updating values. And if we look for after insert, there we can use it to access the ID and other auto generated field, and we can use when we need record ID available, like after insert we can use there. And best for creating uh, related record. For example, insert a contact after account is created. In these scenario we can use after insert. So now coming on second question, how to prevent recursive trigger in Salesforce. Recursive trigger occurs when a trigger causes itself to run repeatedly. You can prevent it by using static boolean flag. For example, in Apex code, we can just write in Apex class. So the class name is trigger control, and in that we just used static keyword in public static boolean first run equal to. So this function we have just passed there. So it will just check first run is happened. If it will return true, then it will stop. It will prevent the re, recursive trigger there. And if trigger control first run false, your logic here. So we can use this statement there. It will help to stop the recursive trigger. Static keyword set to track record IDs. It is in advanced use case. So now coming on the third question. What is Apex controller in Visual Force and what does it do? An Apex controller is a custom class written in Apex that provides data and business logic to Visual Force page. It allows you to fetch or modify data while using SOQL DML in Visual Force, and it defined method to use Apex common button, Apex action button, etc. It also support custom behavior, not which is not possible in standard controller. So that Apex controller can do only. For example, you can see below my controller class public account, like get and set parameter has been passed here, and public my controller is the function below mentioned, and then account is created, new account, public page reference, save account, insert account, then return null. So this syntax also you can watch here. So now coming on the fourth question, what is ant tool? or what is ANT tools in CI/CD pipeline, and what does it do? ANT is another neat tool. It is used it is a Java-based command line tools which is used for automating deployment in Salesforce. Definitely, it is a automation tools, and it is getting used for automating deployment in the Salesforce. It used build XML. It uses build XML and build.properties too. So these two files it uses. It retrieve or deploy metadata. It integrate with CI/CD pipelines. Yeah, it is already integrated with CI/CD pipeline like Jenkins, GitLab, and it perform automation outside Salesforce user interface. Required, if we see the requirement, so requires Salesforce ANT migration tools properly configured package.xml. So this file it use. Now coming on the fifth question, what are LWC lifecycle hooks? So key lifecycle hooks in Lightning Web Component is constructor. Constructor constructor used like when we called any component we in the Apex, we pass constructor method. At that moment, this life cycle start from there, and then it go to connected callback, means it called when component is inserted into the DOM, and once it is inserted into DOM, then it start rendering. So rendered callback will start there, and after that called after component renders. So it call so it complete the rendering. Then after that it go to the disconnected callback. So disconnected callback means when disconnected callback is called when component is removed from the DOM. It just removed from the DOM that from DOM element. Then it comes to error handling, error callback method. So there it handle errors from child component like exception handling, error handling things. So this was the life cycle of LWC. Now coming on the sixth point, question number 6. What are the difficulties have you faced while using data loader? Yeah, there are some common challenges we may have faced while uploading the data into the, using data loader or uploading data into the database. Like sometimes we face the CSV format issue because client is not aware about which file will be used to upload the data. They just provide any format like in Excel format they provide. So we faced special character or comma can break the data also, and field mapping error, manual mapping is mistake client provides, so we do it manual mapping. Lookup reference field need correct external ID, and data validation rule, record locking, limited error reporting. So you can see like need to correct external ID. Sometimes external ID may be incorrect. We have to set correct that, and data validation rule also prevent the data being loaded. Like if there is rule set only a 10 digit mobile number you can upload there, and somewhere it is 12 digit with country code is mentioned, then it will not be uploaded. First you have to remove it, you have to improve it, correct it manually, then after that you can upload into the Salesforce. And record locking, concurrence DML can cause locking. Yeah, if any record is locked, then uh, DML can cause this locking. Like if there is you are uploading data and DML is locked through DML, then it will cause the error. Limited error reporting, you must analyze the error CSV separately. Like if there is CSV file, then separately we have to look into the error. And apart from this, we should use always a small batch or and validate CSV before uploading. Yeah, before uploading CSV file, we have to look into that. That should be properly. And question number 7, what are the best practice of Apex programming? In Apex programming, there is a lot of there are multiple best practices which we should remember always. Like bulky file code, always process list, not single record. Avoid hard coding, always try to go through the custom level, like custom setting uh, or custom metadata, like through the admin mm, part. Don't directly start coding of any requirement. First try to do through admin part, like for custom setting part. If you can fulfill the requirement, then no need to do coding. If you're not able to fulfill any requirement through the admin part, then you can start hard coding, like use Apex programming. And third is use limit class to monitor the governor limit. Yeah, always check while just doing any process, like bulkifying the process, just to check there shouldn't be any um, infinite any loop will start in the backend, it will hit the corner limit. So you just set always limit there. Okay. And use collection. Most of the time just try to use collection, don't use a single record. Use collection list set map efficiently. Now coming on the fifth point, yeah, avoid SOQL DML inside loops. And write test class with at least 75% coverage. Yeah, when you just write any code, just do a unit test, create a test class, use just and test that test class, make sure the coverage at least should be 75%, then that code will be correct. Use try catch for exception handling. Yeah, if you use try catch block, then it will access the exception, it will handle the exception and error. And follow naming convention. Last one is to follow the naming convention while using a meaningful name, like the uh, character of first letter of all characters should be capital. So make sure this, and also use the proper commenting while doing the programming. So these are the best practices of Apex programming. Use custom metadata instead of hard code, which I already explained. Question number 8, what is difference between Aura component and LWC? Yeah, so feature wise, if we look into the technology wise, Aura older framework and LWC modern web standard. Performance wise, Aura is slower and LWC is faster. In syntax wise, Aura is more complex, LWC is simpler and JavaScript based. Feature wise, event handling, feature event handling wise, Aura is a custom event handler, but LWC is standard domain event handler. And reusability wise, Aura is limited, but LWC can be reused multiple time. It's better modularization. Learning curve wise, it is cheaper. It is bit critical to learn Aura component, but LWC is easier for JavaScript developer because it is based on JavaScript programming language. Now coming on the question number 9, what is the order of execution in trigger? So original record loaded from DB. Yeah, so I will tell you what is the order of execution. So first, if any record is loaded into the database, first it goes through the validation rule. Like if we created any record and their validation rule trigger and email sending, workflow rule, everything is already defined there. But if we are creating any record, first it goes to the, before going to the database, it pass through the validation rule. Then it check the before insert trigger. If before insert trigger is there, then it will work there. Else it will go to the duplicate rules, it will check the rules if there is any duplicacy or not. Then it will save record, but it will not be committed to database. Then it will check the after trigger. Like if there is any after trigger event is saved there, it will work there. Else it will go to the assignment rule. Like assignment rule means for which user it is assigned, for what access he have. Like it will check those things. Then auto response rule, if there is any automation set for auto response, that it will check. Then it will check the workflow rule and field update, re-trigger before after. Then again it will check the re-trigger before and after insert. Then process, it will check the process builder. Then escalation rule. Then roll up summary, if any roll up summary is already defined related to this record, then it will check that. And criteria based sharing, it will check the criteria based sharing. Like if it is shared with anyone, what criteria are set. So is it meeting with those criteria or not? And then commit to the database. Post commit, it send email to the user if email is already configured there in the Salesforce. So question number 10, what is governor limit and how do we use it in Salesforce? Salesforce enforce governor limit to ensure resource fairness, so that no one can uh, just use unnecessary, uh, uh, no one can cross the limit of Salesforce tenant, Salesforce resource. So because Salesforce share a multi-tenant architect, so it provide a limited resource to each user. That's why he set governor limit. So for example, maximum 100 SQL queries per transaction, and maximum 150 DML operation can be performed there. And heap size 6 MB only given by the Salesforce for this pre-org, and CPU time 10,000 millisecond, and the users limit class to track users. Yeah, yeah, there is suggestion that use limit class to track users, like system.debug SQL we used plus limit.get queries. If this syntax we will use, we will get the, we can track our usage, how many um, resource we have used, what resource we are using there. Yeah, so best practice to, this was the best practice to avoid the governor limits. And also some best practices I'm just going to show below. Like bulkify the code and use future or queuable for async job. Use batch job for large data processing, and avoid nested loop with query or DML. These are the best practices to avoid governor limit. Okay, so thank you for watching my video, and please like, if you want, you like this video, please hit a like button and subscribe my channel. Also share with your colleague or friends. Stay tuned with this channel. and hit the bell icon for the notification. Thank you. Meet you again.